Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64 released back in the year of 1999. It was the first ever Smash Bros. Game to date, though when you look back at the game, you then notice that the game itself, when compared to the others, is pretty limited, only having 9 accessible stages and 12 fighters. However, as of the recent years, people have been managing to mod and hack the game to change a few things here and there. The most noteworthy of these has to be Smash Remix, a mod that is still in the works and has been popping out updates with new characters, stages, and other extra gameplay features. And these aren't just skins for the characters within the game, these are full-fledged fighters added within the game. Wario, Bowser, Mad Piano, all of these characters each have their own slots and their own completely different moveset. By the time of this recording, version 0.9.7 has just released, which added in 2 fighters, Wolf from the Star Fox series, and the character of focus today, Conker the Squirrel from Conker's Bad Fur Day. Conker is a slightly greedy alcoholic squirrel who will become king of the land he is traveling throughout. While on his adventure, Conker will be using different items and abilities when needed, and for Smash Remix, he will be using a good chunk of those moves in this game too. But before we get into the moves, let's start off with his colors. His main color is of course, the colors we always see him throughout the game, reddish-orange fur with a blue hoodie. His next color gives Conker gray fur and a pink hoodie. This is in reference to his girlfriend, Barry the Chipmunk. His next color changes his fur back to orange and gives him a red hoodie. I'm not too sure about this, but I feel this could be either referencing Birdie the Scarecrow, a drunken scarecrow who teaches Conker about context-sensitive buttons, or the original Barry design. The next color turns Conker's fur gray and his jacket green. This is referencing towards the army squirrels during the It's War chapter of the game, where the squirrels all have gray fur and their army gear consists of mostly green. The next color gives Conker his orange fur back and a black hoodie. This will be in reference to the Neo Conker outfit seen near the end of Conker's Bad Fur Day. This outfit itself is a parody off the movie known as The Matrix. And the last color gives Conker a lighter orange fur and a white hoodie. This could possibly be a reference to one of the main villains of the game, being Professor von Krippelspeck, who was the one who created the teddies, which simply put are Nazi teddy bears. Alright, now that the colors are out of the way, let's get on to the moveset. Start off with a stage entrance animation that has Conker float down via a skeleton hand before placing him down on the ground. This is referencing the animation that plays when Conker gets revived in the original game. For Conker's jab and his down smash, he uses a chainsaw. This same chainsaw has been used by Conker during the logo screen when you start the game, to cut through the N64 logo. This chainsaw is also a weapon that can be used in the multiplayer for Conker. For his side smash, up air, and forward air, Conker uses a frying pan, Conker's main weapon of choice throughout Bad Fur Day. For his up smash and down air, Conker will use a flamethrower. This is a weapon that Conker uses when he is bouncing on narrow pathways. For Conker's dash attack, he uses a baseball bat. Conker himself never used a baseball bat before in the original game, but in Live and Reloaded, this replaces the frying pan as the main weapon. However, I think this bat might be in reference towards the heist multiplayer in Bad Fur Day, as the weasels in that mode use baseball bats as their main melee weapon. For his back air, Conker pulls out a katana. This katana has been used by Conker to behead Heinrich the Xenomorph. This was also a weapon that could be used in the multiplayer of Conker, and was one of the most powerful weapons in it. As for Conker's forward throw, the animation seen here is almost identical to the one that Conker has when throwing toilet paper during the fight with the Great Mighty Poop, a giant pile of poop that sings. Now, onto the specials. Starting off with his neutral special, Conker pulls out a slingshot and fires out a Conker seed. The slingshot was a weapon that Conker could use in Conker's Pocket Tales. However, it also made its reappearance in Bad Fur Day as a context-sensitive item. For the down special, Conker tosses out a grenade. While Conker himself never used a grenade, this was a weapon that could be used in, once again, the multiplayer mode for Conker. To be more precise, the army squirrels in the war mode of multiplayer use these grenades. And lastly is Conker's up special, where he uses his tail to fly upwards. By holding down the special button, you can slow your descent. This move is the flying helicopter-y tail thingy, and Conker uses this as a double jump of the sorts. This allows Conker to go across longer gaps, and just like in Smash Remix, allows him to slow his descent. While that is all Conker's moves, we also have a few extra animations to talk about. For his taunt, Conker does a wave with a cheeky smile, while saying the words,
"See ya!"
This is a reference to the beginning of the game, where after Conker hits a gargoyle with his frying pan, he does almost the exact same thing, except saying "see ya," he instead just thinks it. We also have some victory animations to talk about as well. The first one has Conker play a Game Boy before tossing it away and crossing his arms. Conker playing Game Boy was one of the many IO animations he could do in Bad Fur Day, and on it, he would be playing Killer Instinct. And as for the arm cross, this is one of the poses that Conker does in one of his promotional renders. The next one has Conker simply jump in the air before posing with his hands out. The pose itself is a pose that Conker has been seen to have in a few N64 promotional renders. And the last victory animation has Conker noticing some money walking by him before he grabs it with money signs in his eyes and a cheeky grin. Money in Conker is one of the main collectibles in the game, and whenever Conker is about to pick one up, he has the same expression, money signs and a cheeky grin. And now there is one more thing to mention, being Conker's victory theme. This is a rendition of Windy. To be more precise, it's based off the version that plays at the logos in Bad Fur Day. That does it for this first ever episode of Behind the Smashing. I know it would have made more sense to start off with one of the characters within the actual Smash Bros. Series, but I wanted to focus on this ROM hack instead of going right into the main game. Think of it like a test of the sorts. If this series does get some attention of this sort, I might do more of this in the future. In fact, later at some point on Twitter, I might hold a poll on what character I will look at next for this series. I will leave a link to my Twitter in the description. So, I hope you all enjoyed this video, and this gets people interested. I hope to do more of this sometime in the future. So until then, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Have a good day or night, depending on when you're watching this.